This morning, a story about corporate cash influencing the political system. Old news, sounds like it, but what if I told you that when it comes to state sausage making, there is a library of model legislation, sometimes written in part by companies with profits at stake. It's exposed in the latest edition of Bloomberg Business Week, and our Megan Hughes is in Lafayette, Louisiana, where such a bill has been passed. Megan?
Hi, Eric. Here in Lafayette, we were talking about a battle with the telecom industry. And if you take a look behind me, you can see an egg-shaped structure attached to a building. Nothing symbolizes this city's desire to be a tech hub more. It houses both private and university ventures in 3D and data. And none of this would be possible without the tens of thousands of fiber optic cable strung around this city, publicly owned. And that almost didn't happen.
Lafayette, population 60,000. People here are proud of the slow South Louisiana feel and the really fast internet.
Things load up much faster. There's no wait.
But it wasn't always this way. When Mayor Joey Durrell took office in 2004, he was turned down by Bell South and Cox Communications when he asked them to extend fiber optic cable to every house.
I begged them to do it themselves so we wouldn't have to do it.
He saw higher speeds as key to draw businesses and keep young adults in the city. So Plan B, the city would do it and treat it like a utility, providing phone, internet, and cable services. That meant competition for the telecom companies.
They would rather spend their money lobbying legislators than spending money improving the technology.
Around the same time, the state passed regulations with onerous revenue and tax requirements for municipal telecom. It was similar to a bill that originated in Utah and passed in 6 other states, called the Fair Competition Act.
We call it the Unfair Competition Act.
It can be traced to a nonprofit conservative group based in Washington called the American Legislative Exchange Council, or ALEC. It puts state lawmakers at the table with corporations who have paid thousands of dollars to be there. AT&T, Altria, Pfizer, ExxonMobil have all participated. The group has created a library of 800 bills. Around 1,000 times a year, a state legislator introduces one. 200 times a year, one becomes law.
Well, I think it's critical that we have job creators involved in the discussions about how we can kickstart this economy and keep things moving.
Lafayette eventually triumphed over that state regulation after holding a citywide referendum and spending $4 million in legal fights with the companies. This fiber data center went up in 2008. And today, anyone in the city can be high-speed fiber customers.
Lafayette is still the only city in the state with municipal fiber to people's homes. And Durrell says tough regulations are holding other cities back.
But at some point, I think they're going to reach the breaking point, and you're going to see states starting to unwind those laws because they're putting their communities at an unfair disadvantage.
Now, we did reach out to the companies involved. A spokesman for Cox Communication tells us that these laws are needed because you can't have cities unfairly competing with the same companies that they need to regulate. Now, in full disclosure, I was a reporter with Cox from 2006 to 2009. We also reached out to AT&T, and a spokesman there declined to comment.